Muskie Athletics.
I'm hungry. Let's get some lunch.
Where do you want to go?
I know. Have you tried the Burrito Factory's wet burrito?
Wet burrito? What's that?
Oh, first they press your tortilla right in front of you. Then they fill it with your choice of chorizo, pork, chicken, steak, or al pastor. Then you get your pick of fresh veggies, guacamole, and sour cream, all rolled up and smothered in their house queso sauce.
That sounds amazing.
I know, right? Let's go. The Burrito Factory on Park Avenue in Muscatine.
Protect your home with Bosch Pest Control. Bed bugs, Asian beetles, spiders, fleas, crickets, termites, moles, and more. Bosch Pest Control uses cutting-edge technology to protect your home from these annoying pests. Bosch Pest Control is always training their technicians so they will be able to provide you the best service and protection. Bosch Pest Control, 1103 Grandview Avenue, Muscatine. Call 263-7965. Don't squash them, Bosch them.
I know a little bit better than basketball.
And nothing better than entering the fall. Football season is in the air, and it's a beautiful night for football, folks. If you're in the Davenport area, Muskie fans or Blue Devil fans, and you're picking up this broadcast, great seats available. Only one side available, and that's opposite press box. Come on out here and support these two teams as they fight it out tonight in their opening game in non-district play. The old MAC foes in non-district play. Should be a great night for football. We mentioned a little bit in the teaser, the Muskies coming off a 2-7 season. Jake Mueller enters his 9th season as head Muskie football coach, and when he took over the job, a team was 2-7, and the following year they went 5-4, won a playoff game against Assumption the very next year. He's hoping that would happen again this year, and that was the one playoff win Coach Mueller's had in his reign at Muscatine. He really likes the work ethic of this young team. He's brought up 4 to 6 sophomores. We'll see how many of them actually play. At least 4 will start, but he's really impressed with his upper-class leadership. And, Joel, it should be fun to see what happens tonight.
Yeah, they're presenting the colors on the field, which is less than 24 hours old. They were on the field this morning.
Yes.
Just finishing up this field turf and this renovation, and it should be. You mentioned the sophomores. We know one that's going to start is Tim Nimbley. It's at a running back who played a lot as a freshman last year.
Tim Nimbley played a lot. Tak Portilla, of course, returns also.
So here's
folks, we're going to keep it right here for our national anthem. There you have it, folks. Beautiful rendition of the national anthem by the Davenport Central Blue Devil Band. And presentation of the colors. And, Joel, it's not too many minutes away from football. And we mentioned the Muskies a little bit. Carson Orr returns. Started the last 5 games of the season for the Muskies. Played really well down the stretch and really got some valuable experience heading into this year. Carson Orr last year, 55% completions, 900 total yards, 7 touchdowns, and 5 picks. And every snap he got a year ago is going to be big. And I know he put a lot of time in a weight room, and Carson looks terrific, and I know he's excited about his senior year.
Yeah, he looks the part. He really looks like a veteran senior quarterback, which isn't something you get to have a lot at the high school level. Usually you're just trading senior for senior when you look at it. And he didn't have to play last year just because of injury. He truly was kind of the better option at the quarterback position. Jackson Falk, more of a dual threat quarterback. They felt it was maybe better to have Jackson be in a running back position last year and have Carson running the offense. So it'll be interesting to see how much more comfortable he is, after having all that snaps, all those experience, and honestly taking some of the hits that he took last year. Some of the hard things to adjust as a quarterback is getting hit and realizing how to get back up, and he did an excellent job with that last year. I was around him as a youngster. I'm excited about this season, Brian, because these juniors and seniors are guys I coached in 8th grade.
Perfect.
And so seeing them develop, seeing what they're going to accomplish, and what they've accomplished so far will be really exciting. And it's there's nothing better than a high school football game, and we are one of the first of the 3 games in the state this year.
Muskies also returned Tim Nimley. Last year as a freshman, Nimley led the Muskies with 320 rushing yards, 5 yards a carry, and a touchdown. They also returned Cooper Zeck with 12 receptions a year ago, and Tak Portilla also with 8 catches a year ago. You're going to hear those names a lot tonight. As we mentioned, we're in the Uptown Motors broadcast booth, and you're listening to the Affordable Metal pregame show. What I mentioned, Davenport Central now coming off a 6-3 playoff season. They lost to North Scott 50-zip in the playoff game. However, they had several key players suspended for that, which kind of derailed their fine season a year ago. But they do return Aiden De La Rosa, the fine quarterback, completed 58% of his throws last year, 1,182 yards and 8 touchdowns. He'll be a threat definitely in the air and on the ground tonight, and it'll be a key for the Muskies to see who they stop in a running game. No more Jotavia Hill. He's gone, but they always seem to find somebody to fill his shoes. Dane Howard could be one of those guys, and we'll look for him tonight at Deontra Womack, and Muskie's going to have their hands full stopping a run game.
Yeah, it's really kind of like an Urban Meyer cell phone. You kind of just have to delete what happened a year ago, and you don't have to worry about what happened last year. 1,400-yard rusher there for Central is gone, but we've seen historically program-wise, they have somebody who can backfill that. A big loss was one of their defensive backs who ended up moving out of the district, who was an all-district, and it was Bellamy was his last name, I believe. So That's a big loss for them. But they usually have somebody that can backfill in at the skill positions. With Central, what they like to try to do, and you can see this, we're actually going to have a live video replay that you can see at voiceofmuscatine.com immediately following the game, as you can see that all week long on Facebook or on voiceofmuscatine.com. So you can see actually what we're talking about. And so you see that spread you out. There's 2 wide receivers a lot of times and a tight end single back, and they're spreading Muscatine's defense out to try to run underneath. 2 similar offenses. Both teams really want to run the ball today, so that's going to be a big focus defensively for both teams.
High school football is back, folks. You're listening to the Affordable Metal pregame show from the Uptown Motors broadcast booth high atop Brady Street Stadium. We're stepping away for 60 seconds, and we'll bring you Muskie football on KWPC 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
National Bank is proud to sponsor the On the Money program at Muscatine High School. When the volleyball, swim, basketball, and baseball teams score big, they earn money for the Muskie Boosters. Since 1997, their hard work has earned over $55,000 in donations from First National Bank. We are also proud to sponsor the Muskie Football Red Zone. Can't make it to the game? Don't miss a minute of the excitement. Tune into AM 860 or FM 95.1 to hear the games broadcast live. Go Muskies. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When my hair gets too long, I lose my edge. But when my cut's right, I'm right. I'm back to being me. My dimples activate. My cleft chin becomes cleftier. I get a twinkle on my tooth, and I speak fluent French. Garbage, chaise lounge, mayonnaise. Au revoir!
Get in, get out, back to greatness. Download the online check-in app. Great clips. It's gonna be great.
Uniforms, blue trim.
I like their uniforms a lot, Brian.
Carson Bordy will kick off, and this kickoff and all kickoffs are sponsored by Westside Store and Godfather's Pizza. Looks like Fleming's deep.
We got the wind knocking
along
the ball
with
off
Howard,
the
and the
tee.
wind blows off. What a beautiful night for football. Folks, this is the only place you can catch live Muskie athletics all season long. We're live. Download the app. Joel, what's the app?
It is the KWPC app in your Apple App Store or Google Play Store. You can listen to great country radio and Muskie sports all season long.
There's the kick, and it's going to go out of bounds, so there's a penalty on the opening kickoff. Central will have great field position to start, and Aiden De La Rosa trots out on the field.
And there's a couple of things, every year and every game you really want to manage, and field position is one of those. And so having an out-of-bounds kickoff, that's given 15 yards really to where you want. You want to have them at the 20 or lower, and they're going to be at the 35-yard line here, and that's a good field position start for the Central Blue Devils.
Central comes out, red uniforms, white helmets, beautiful night for football, just underway. Taylor split wide to the right.
Going with a veer look in the backfield, two backs.
De La Rosa Howard is lined up in the backfield. Along with Nick Fleming.
Got a game ball situation, making sure that Central's ball is in play. It's the first game of the year for all the officials and everybody tonight, too.
And as always, Doc Calvert, not quite sure which football belonged where, and he's done this long enough to know better. Just kidding, Doc.
Great.
Boy, I'm going to hear about that. 1st and 10, Central from their own 35 from the left hash. And high school football underway. There's a give, and it's Fleming, and the Muskies stack it up, and he's going to go nowhere. Great tackle in the initial interior line for the Muskies.
Tremendous play from sophomore nose tackle Toge Disa. He completely pushed back, did a double A-gap technique, got separation on the center, and that completely blew the play up.
You're going to hear a lot of that name. 6 foot 285, just a sophomore playing the nose. We'll call loss of a half a yard. 2nd and 10 from just shy of 35. De La Rosa back to pass. He flares eyes. Got Taylor at the 40, 45, midfield, and into Muskie territory before he's wrestled to the ground on the play by Takportia. It'll be 1st down Central at the Muskie 47 and a gain of 18.
Really nice completion for De La Rosa there. Nice, easy 5-yard out pattern. Tia coming back in coverage, just has to get leveraged up there a little bit. That's a communication thing that can happen early on in the season.
Kevon Jack splits out to the left. Israel Taylor to the right. 1st and 10 Central. There's a give to Fleming, straight up the gut, 45-40. He's got some room. Spins to the 30 and down at the Muskie 27. And he rips off 20 yards on 1st down. 1st and 10 Central. They've run 3 plays and got 2 first downs, Joel.
Yeah, and another thing there, they caught Muscatine in a blitz there, and nice job for the Central offensive line to control the point of attack. Good read by De La Rosa to give the ball to the back instead of keeping it and going right into the blitzer.
Will Fleming splits out to the left. Nick Fleming at tailback. Taylor slot left on 1st and 10 for the Muskie 27. De La Rosa gives this one to Fleming. Muskies seal him up there, and Nimley gets him to the ground. And the ball came out, but it looks like they're going to blow it dead at the 24. It'll be a gain of 3, 2nd and 7 for the Blue Devils.
So one thing you're seeing for Muscatine right now, there is some positive yards being gained for Central, but Muscatine is flowing pretty quickly to the ball. The energy is there. The effort is there. That's something that Coach Mueller talked about that they saw all off season long, was the energy and effort was high with this team. So as they start to get more comfortable, because there's a lot of young players here playing, this could be a nice looking team for Muscatine.
Taylor and Terrell to the left. There's De La Rosa on the fake play action, flares it out, incomplete, threw it a little wide to his intended receiver on the play. It'll be 3rd and 8 from the Muskie 25 for Central.
And a name that we've heard a lot in the wintertime because of his standout performance in the pool, number 25 for Muscatine, Dalen Shelengowski, playing outside linebacker, pressuring the quarterback, doing a really nice job of keeping his outside leverage open so that he's able to force the back throw against his grain of the quarterback's body. Really nice job there for the outside linebacker.
Not playing tonight, it looks like Jonah Cook, the Muskie outstanding junior linebacker from a year ago, not out there. It's 3rd down and 8. There's a give to Fleming. He runs to the right side, 25, and he's taken down at the 20. Nice open field tackle by Takportia. He'll be short of the first down. It'll bring up 4th down and a long 2 for the Blue Devils at the Muskie 20.
I think you'll see Central go for it here. This is a hard, I mean, you don't see a lot of high school kickers who consistently hit at this range, so this is a good opportunity to go for it.
Big 4th down play for both squads early on. 9:50 to play, first quarter just underway. No score from Brady Street Stadium. Fleming and Taylor wide left.
Looks something from the slant standpoint from the slot receiver.
Howard and Nick Fleming in the backfield. De La Rosa gets a snap, gives to Fleming over the right side, and he's going to get the first down.
It's going to be close. He's short.
Think he's short, Joel? Looks like he got
I guess
it.
I parallaxed. Sorry.
I'm looking through the binoculars, Joel.
I had the wrong yard line in my mind.
But he gets a 4-yard gain to the 16. He gets it by a yard. It'll be 1st and 10 Central. Their opening drive, which started on their own 35-yard line.
I'll have to head to Vision Center, one of our fine sponsors, and get that checked out.
As Central is in the First National Bank red zone. Go see Scott Ingstad, Wayne Johansson, and the crew at First National Bank of Muscatine. There's a snap, De La Rosa. He keeps it. Now he flares it out to Taylor at the 10. He's inside the 10, and he's going to get down to about the 8. So a good first down pitch and catch for Central. That'll bring up 2nd and short.
One thing, when I watched the tape from last year's Muscatine Central game, Taylor actually had 2 fumbles in that game, Brian. So last year had some ball security issues, and tonight you can see he actually was kind of holding the ball a little loose away from his body. So there may be some opportunities to create turnovers.
8-yard gain from De La Rosa to Taylor. It'll bring up 2nd and 2 from the Muskie 8. De La Rosa now. He's got Howard in the backfield with him, and this time Howard gets it. Sweep, good defensive string out by the Muskies. Dalton Sell, and the crew is there.
Big play there for Dalton Sell. That's another name that Coach Mueller talked about when we talked to him last week. Had a great out of season. He's a tremendous wrestler. He had a big summer wrestling as well, and showed some of those good hand fighting skills and quick feet and determination on that play.
Sell's an outstanding defensive lineman, and Deesa and Zillig cleaned it up. And they threw him for a big loss to the 15, a 7-yard loss, and that'll bring up 3rd and 9 now for the Blue Devils from the Muskie 15. Nick Fleming in the backfield. De La Rosa back to pass, shoots it down the left side for Taylor, and it's incomplete. Good coverage by Tak Portia in the left corner of the end zone, and it'll bring up 4th down and 9, and we'll see what kind of field goal kicker Central has, and they are going to run on a field goal attempt here.
Yeah, really nice play there for Tia to not interfere. That's a play where they're kind of hoping that they can throw that little back shoulder and draw some contact if Taylor can't win the jump ball. And nice job of playing the ball and playing through the ball and not just playing through the man there for Tia.
Luke Hummel on for the field goal attempt. This one will be spotted at the 22. It'll be a 32-yarder. The holder is Aiden De La Rosa. There's the spot and the kick by Hummel. And it is good. 7:37 to play in the first quarter, and it's Central 3, the Muskies nothing. We're stepping away for 30 seconds. You're listening to Muskie Football on KWPC, 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
SBI Bank and Trust is pleased to be a voice of Muscatine Sports Booster and proud to be the corporate sponsor of the Muskie Mania program. Since 1995, it has resulted in donations totaling over $100,000 from the bank to the school. The money is used to pay for special non-budgeted needs. Watch the total grow on the CBI's Facebook page. And go Muskies. Aim high, bank strong. CBI Bank and Trust. Equal Opportunity Lender, member FDIC.
If your bathroom is dull and boring, stop by Rivo in Muscatine to view Kohler bathroom and kitchen products. Rivo's showroom will help you with ideas and work with you to create a custom design. Is your sink stopped up? How about a dripping faucet? Rivo's talented team is ready to handle your plumbing problems. Rivo is the area's leading plumber and is now available to customers on the Illinois side of the river. Rivo is family owned and dedicated. Enjoy personalized service located at 1010 East 9th across from Family Video in Muscatine. Like Rivo on Facebook for examples of their work.
play call there for Central, bringing the pressure. Nimbley was open there. So I'm liking what I'm seeing so far from Muscatine's offense, that they're creating mismatches and they're creating some leverage to be advantageous.
Second to go for the Muskies. The last first down, of course, all first downs sponsored by Pete's Tap and Muscatine. There's Carson Orr and the keeper. Touchdown, Muskies. Over the right side, Carson Orr and a 4-yard keeper, and the Muskies are on the board. 6:57 to play here in the first quarter, and it's Muscatine 6 and Central 3.
Such a great use of a formation there to create the space. There were 3 receivers out to the wide side of the field. Central took guys to chase that, and that opened up a very wide lane for that zone read there for Bordy. Or for Orr, excuse me. That's why I called them C1 and C2 when I coached them in middle school.
Taking a look at formation here, whether they kick it or go for 2. And they snap it. They're going to go for 2. They snap it to Shane Mathias, and he tries to run it in for 2, and I believe he's stacked up just shy. So the Muskies go for 2 with a little trickeration, and a point after is denied. And it's Muscatine 6, Central 3, 6:55 to go in the first quarter. We're going to step away for 30 seconds. You're listening to Muskie Football on KWPC 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Uptown Motors reminds you it's time to winterize your vehicle, and Uptown Service is here to help. We'll inspect your vehicle's tires, belts, hoses, and more for the weather ahead and recommend any work to be done, including engine tune-ups. With winter driving comes an increased risk of collision. Uptown Motors has you covered with our new body shop. We make a stressful experience less painful with free estimates, loaner cars, and expert body repair backed by 50 years experience. We welcome insurance work and may be able to help with your deductible. Uptown Motors Service and Body Shop, Muscatine, just in time for winter and just in case.
At Non-Emergency Transport, we serve as an extension to your family by providing prompt and comfortable transportation for the elderly, individuals in wheelchairs, medical patients, or anyone in need. Whether it's a doctor's appointment, hospital discharge, or even a family event, 24/7. Non-Emergency Transport services the Muscatine, Quad City, and Iowa City areas. Call 299-3513 today. Non-Emergency Transport, safe transport. That's our promise to you.
Sponsored by Westside Store Godfather's Pizza. I want to mention some of the other ones. Third down sponsors and conversion, non-emergency transport. Kenny LaRue and the fine people there. Questionable call sponsor, of course, Vision Center PC. All first downs, Pete's Tap of Muscatine. 40-ouncer waiting for you, folks, and great wings. Time and temp sponsor, Kirk Butcher Plumbing. And we kicked off at 7:38, and Joel, it was 74 degrees here.
Yeah.
Beautiful defensive player of the game afterwards by Buffalo Wild Wings. And, of course, our pregame sponsor, Affordable Metal. Central comes out first and 10 on their own 20. De La Rosa gets it. He rolls to his left, fires into the flat. Fleming drops it. Incomplete. Are they going to call it a fumble?
They got a flag.
Boy, the ref
too.
right in front there acted like a fumble, but they waved it off. You're right, Joel. Flag in the secondary.
So it's the umpire who threw the flag, so I'm not 100% sure if this is a defensive holding or it's just – or what happened, because he was – as 2 skill players are running by.
See what the flag is, and it's ineligible receiver downfield, man downfield. So
usually you can tell what the penalty is going to be by what official throws it, but I've never seen an umpire throw it all the way back like that before.
So here's the walk-off. 5 yards. It'll be first and 15. 6:48 left here. Got a few young men listening at the University of Iowa tonight. My son Jake, one of them, and Kobe Vasquez, of course, and Josh Hutton. And it's great to see Josh at Iowa, knowing his family's huge Notre Dame fans. Finally, a young man made the right decision.
Well, and, former Hawkeye named the play-by-play voice of the Fighting Irish, Paul Burmeister.
That's correct.
This is really the perfect start for what Muscatine wanted to do right now.
De La Rosa on the keeper over the left side, 15-20, cuts it up 25-30, 35, and down at the 37-yard line. A very good run by Aiden De La Rosa. Didn't run a lot a year ago, but boy, things have changed. Tegan Schmelzer with the tackle at the 38, a 23-yard scamper.
There's a broadcaster jinx. I was just talking about how they got the touchback on the kick. They held him to a field goal in the first defensive possession, come down and score a touchdown, And then a big offensive play there for Central.
1st and 10 Central now on their own 38-yard line. 6.5 to play in the first. The Muskies lead 6-3. De La Rosa gives his time to Howard, left side. Desa, boy, he's going to be a load. This sophomore, 6 foot 285, and that's the 3rd tackle he's made already in the first quarter from his nose tackle position.
And so when you think of a young man who's that big, in his sophomore year, typically you've got to worry about the motor. You've got to worry about the foot speed, lateral quickness. You don't have to worry about it with this young man. He is a prototype two-gap player. Think about, the form like Reggie Ball for the Detroit Lions many years ago. You just don't see that guy at a sophomore level.
Lost a yard, 2nd 11. De La Rosa back, pumps. Now he looks the other way. Sell under pressure, and Nimley ushers him out of bounds. He's going to gain a yard or 2 to the 39. It'll bring up 3rd and 9. Good coverage by the Muskies and good pressure by the interior defense.
We saw what we have heard about Dalton Sell is we know how strong he is. We know how skilled he is with his hands. He's one of the faster kids on the team as well from the defensive end position. You saw that on the pursuit.
6 foot 220, and he plays bigger because he gets in those gaps, and he really has great balance. Good feet. 3rd down and 9 Central from their own 39. Big 3rd down opportunity for the Muskie defense. De La Rosa rolls left again, rushes on by Zillig. Down he goes. He threw it at the end, incomplete, but great pressure by Will Zillig on the blitz.
Is there a receiver there? Because if there's no receiver close, that's grounding.
And there's a good 3rd down conversion by the Muskie defense, sponsored by non-emergency transport.
There's no flag. There must have been somebody there. And the only reason you're worrying about that is because that makes a 13-yard difference in where they're punting from.
Hummel's into punt. The Muskies have Gay standing back on his 30, and he almost broke the kickoff. There's Hummel with a kick, and it's a short pop fly, and it bounces out of bounds, almost out of bounds at the 39-yard line. So a 22-yard kick, no return, and the Muskies with great field position for their 2nd drive of the night.
Yeah, and you have a big kickoff return that Gay had. That might start to question, do we kick to this guy? They may have decided we're just going to kick away from him after they saw what he could do on the kickoff return.
Hardy, Bordy, and Gay split wide right. Nimley in the backfield with Orr. 1st and 10 Muskies, they're on 39. Muskies lead 6-3. There's a give to Nimley. He stutters in the hole, and he's out over the 40 to the 44. Gain of 5. Nice run on 1st down, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, good vision. He was quick to the hole, but he saw he had the cut back lane, did a nice little spin. And if you can get 5 yards on 1st down, you can live. You can make a living doing that.
Muskies go twins right. Hardy left, 2nd and 5. Nimley now goes in motion. Or back to pass, flares it out to Nimley. Tim had a steam at the 45, midfield, over midfield, and he spins down inside the 45 to about the 43. A nice gain of about 13 for the Muskies.
A beautiful throw from Carson on that. He led him perfectly, so he was getting his to top speed as he caught the ball. Tremendous play.
Muskies go 2 by 2 on 1st down at the 43 of Central. They lead 6-3. 4:59 left here in the first quarter. There's Orr back to pass, shoots it over. He's got Zek, and he's drilled immediately, and it's incomplete. Big time hit that time by Malachi Shell for Central.
Yeah, Zek had to go up and get that, and it gave the defender an opportunity to do what we call folding them in half in the business. And a good form tackle there, and Carson's got to get that ball down.
2nd and 10 Muskies from the Central 43. 4:50 to play in the first. Muskies 6, Blue Devils 3. Trips right for the Muskies. Or back to pass, sets his feet, looks. He takes a shot in the middle of the field, and it's complete. But they're going to lose a couple yards, and this one goes to Takportia. And that'll bring up 3rd down after a loss of 4, 3rd and 14.
Yeah, Talkport running a crossing route there. Nice job by the Central defense to kind of reroute him, make him have to give ground in order to have green to go, and good coverage there.
Hardy, Bordy, and Tia to the right on 3rd and 14. Or gives to Gay. Gay bounces at the outside. Central pursues it, but boy, good tough run by Eli Gay, and he's down to the 41-yard line, a gain of about 6. but that'll bring up 4th down and 7 from the Central 41. And Jake Mueller going to kick this one.
Yeah, good opportunity to punt and pin Central back, within the 10-yard line, hopefully. That's the objective here.
3:50 to play. First quarter, a lot of action already. 6-3, the Muskies lead. Bordy on to punt. He does all the kicking. He did the kickoffs for the Muskies. Back to receive will be Will Fleming.
That's not a penalty. That's not an illegal substitution.
Well, it is when they throw the flag. Joel.
I know, but he's allowed. He went past the numbers and then he came back in. That's acceptable, but it is what it is.
They will call it, and that would fall under your Vision Center questionable call there, right?
Yeah, if that's the most questionable call we endure this game, then that's a really good day for the officials.
It gives Carson 5 more yards to pin him deep, right?
Absolutely, a little more breathing room.
Yeah, it's like the unintentional delay game. Muskies now from the 46 after the 5-yard penalty. There's a good snap. Carson with the approach, a left footer, and he kicks this one. Looks like it went off the side of his foot. And we'll see where they spot this football. Walking up. And they spot it on the 34-yard line. So only a 12-yard punt for Bordy. Central with good field position after their defensive stand there. 3:27 to play in the first. And the Muskies lead 6-3.
And when you've got a punt like that, you have to almost treat it defensively like a turnover. It feels very similar. You're not giving or gaining a lot of field position, so you got to move forward. I mean, that's not what the goal of that punt was, but this is a good opportunity for kind of a sudden change mentality here for the Muskie defense.
Trips left for Central on first down. Here's De La Rosa. He gives to Howard. Actually, it's not Howard on this carry. It's Leach, and Leach is spun down after a short gain.
Good pursuit there from the Muskie defense. Everybody stayed home. Did their job.
Going to be about a 4-yard gain. That'll bring up 2nd and 6 from the 38-yard line. Muskie defense playing well early on here. Leach in the backfield, De La Rosa. Taylor now goes in motion, and he's going to fake the handoff. No, he does get the handoff. Little end around, and he's out near the 40 and taken down immediately. Good open field tackle by Brennan Broders for the Muskies.
Yeah, Brennan was blitzing from the back side of that play, did a good job in pursuit, and it was all made from that front side defense, the corner. Trey Tovar holding that edge, setting that edge, not allowing the sweeping player to turn the corner.
1-yard gain. It's 3rd down and 5 now for Central from their own 39. De La Rosa gets a snap, back to pass, sets. Now he rolls out to his right as the Muskies are getting pressure. Flips it out over the side, and it's incomplete, out of bounds. Great coverage on the play by Tegan Schmelzer for the Muskies, and Central are going to have to punt this away.
Yeah, Tegan is a young man who's got good speed, but what you're going to get from him, he's a great kind of kid to have at a linebacker because he's fast, he likes to hit, but he's also tenacious. He's not going to give up on any play at all. He's a really, really valuable defender.
Hummel on to punt. Gay standing back on his own 25-yard line. Fourth and 5. There's a high snap. Hummel. Boy, the Muskies almost got that one. Kicks this one. And boy,
that might be a 8-yard
Muskies
punt.
Might have gained yards on that punt. But it's out at the 48-yard line in Central territory, so just a 9-yard punt. And the Muskies a great field position. 1st and 10 on the 48. Got to mention, it sounds like this Muskie listening party is getting a little bigger at the U of I. And a special mention now to Tyler Olsen and Joe Wieskamp, who have joined the room listening to the Muskie game. Couple of Hawkeye athletes. So, fellas, join in and listen. We're happy to have you. Or back to pass. Flips it out in a slot. Actually, he tucks it in and he's sacked. Big sack on the play by Sam Strang.
And actually, it looks like it may have gotten tipped, and Carson caught it coming back to him. And that's one of those moments where your reflexes take over and you catch the ball, but reviewing the film, he's going to want to maybe just bat that down. You mentioned the guys who are listening in Iowa City. We also have another big-time Muskie fan, Bill Nuss, I know is tuning in tonight.
Bill Nuss, great Muskie.
We're looking forward to having you back in the stands, Bill, so thanks for tuning in.
There's a fake handoff, and now actually they do give it, and it's inside this time to Nimley. Boy, he's running, carrying tacklers. A huge run by Tim Nimley, and he wants the ball. Muskies lose 9 on first down, and Nimley got back that and more on second down. Orr carried out the fake really well. Faked me out for a second, and Tim Nimley carrying tacklers, and that'll bring up third down and about 5 for the Muskies after a big run of 14 by Nimley. And Central jumps into the neutral zone.
Nice.
Muskies may get a first down on the penalty.
Would like to have a non-emergency transport third down conversion here. That offsides penalty will help us a lot.
Remember, folks, Muskie football live all season long on KWPC, 860 AM and 95.1 FM. Only place you can get your Muskie coverage live. And you can also get, basketball games. The Muscatine community, the sponsorship has just been incredible once again this season as they pour it out for you, for the student athlete, and for the parents and the families that want to listen to Muskie football. Thank you for your sponsorship. Third down and a short one after the walk-off. Orr gets it, fakes a handoff, flares it down the middle. Got a man, Gay. He's inside the 15 and near the 10. Jake Mueller with a great play call on third and short because he'd go for it on fourth.
Yeah.
And Gay streaking down the seam really caught it, and the Muskies with a big play down to the 10.
Yeah, the play action froze the safety just enough to open up that seam. And great throw, great catch.
29-yard gain, first down and goal Muskies in the First National Bank red zone. There's Orr rolling to his left, looks downfield, throws, and it's incomplete, intended for Gay. First National Bank red zone. Nate Meineke, the Muskie girls soccer coach. Go see Nate Meineke. He'll fix you up with any kind of commercial loan you need.
Another supporting thing with First National Bank is they're the sponsor of the Jake Mueller Coaches Corner, which is every Thursday at 8:15 on AM 860 FM 95.1.
The head ball coach, Jake Mueller. Second and goal Muskies as they go 2 by 2. Nimley in the go with Orr. And now Timmy shifts up. There's Orr. He gives it to Nimley over the right side. Central strings it out and ushers him out of bounds. No gain on the play.
Yeah, that was just a nice job for the Central defense to use that sideline as an extra defender and string out that run to the short side of the field.
Third down and goal Muskies now. Right at the 10-yard line. 34 seconds left in the first quarter, and the Muskies lead Central 6-3. Muskies go twins right. Now Cooper Zeck's lined up as an H-back. There's an end around to give it to Gay. Then Central strings it out. Get him to the ground after about a 4-yard loss. Back to the 14, so it'll be fourth and goal Muskies from the 14. And Jake may let the clock run out and kick in the second quarter. We'll see here.
Well, if anything, you just use this extra timeout, if you will, to make a decision or whether you want to draw a play up or figure out what they're doing. But
Carson Bordy on for the field goal attempt. It'll be a 31-yard attempt for the left footer on the left hash. Orr will hold, and the clock is run out. Folks, we played one quarter. It's the Muskies 6, the Blue Devils 3. We're stepping away for 60 seconds. You're listening to Muskie Football on KWPC 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Hello, this is Jimmy Greenhoff from Toyota Muscatine, and I would love the chance to earn your business.
We have a great selection of new and used cars. Now is the time.
If you're in the market for a new or used vehicle, please come down, give us a shot. We'll help you out in any way we can.
Hi, my name is TJ Deere. I'm the general manager here at Toyota Muscatine. Our information is free, so give us an opportunity to earn your business.
Home is your most valuable asset. Protect it with a metal roof from Affordable Metal Manufacturing.
After a hailstorm, we had damage to our roof. We got a new steel roof from Affordable Metal. The service was excellent. The contractor put it on really fast, and my wife and I love that our new steel roof has added value to our home.
Call Affordable Metal Manufacturing in Muscatine at 563-264-8212 and ask about their standing seam roofing sale.
To start the second quarter. There's a snap and there's a kick by Bordy, and it is No good, wide left.
He had the distance. It just looks like it just went, like you said, Brian, it went wide left. Good snap, good hold.
Good snap, good hold. Look good.
And you can see that kick immediately following the game. You can go to the Facebook page for the Voice of Muscatine or voiceofmuscatine.com and catch our broadcast with video immediately following our broadcast this evening. That's kind of a new feature this year, Brian.
It's a new feature.
They're going to get to see our faces maybe at halftime.
It's way out of my league.
Just like
Mom always told me I was raised to talk. That's really about all I'm qualified to do. The other stuff I'm just along with, right? You're an expert at all those things, though.
Oh, hardly.
De La Rosa and Leach in the backfield, 1st and 10 Central, and now we've got some whistles. Timeout, Coach Mueller and the Muskies.
Just changing some personnel groupings. Some of those growing pains you have here the first week of the season. You've got young guys playing in their first game. You've got guys who haven't played in the game for a while. You've got also just when you have depth the way that both of these teams have, you're playing a lot of underclassmen, playing several guys both ways. Sometimes when you think you're going to give a guy a break, he doesn't realize that it wasn't on this series, it's on the next series, and there can be some miscommunication. And that's where the assistants, and the Muscatine has a great group of assistants, they're really in charge of organizing those personnel groupings, and it's really an important job.
I think Carson or Joel's done a nice job running the offense, and I want to mention, people are going, well, how are the young guys going to respond? Well, Tim Nimley and Eli Gay have been outstanding. You got Xander Stolfus at right tackle doing a nice job on the offensive line, and, of course, we've got Toga Desa has done a fabulous job with 3 tackles in the middle of the field at nose tackle. These softs can really play, and they're just sophomores. 1st and 10 Central now after the timeout. And there's a fake as De La Rosa keeps it over the right side. 20, cuts it back. Good pursuit by Schmelzer, who strung it out, and Zillig cleans it up. Very good play. Tegan Schmelzer stayed home on the backside and held that to only a 5-yard gain.
And those are just some things that you see from that young man is relentless pursuit, and that's what you need from an entire defense. And Muscatine has shown that pretty well tonight.
We'll call it 2nd down and 6, just over the 24 for Central. Just underway second quarter. De La Rosa back to pass, fires out. He has Taylor over the 30, dodges a tackler up near the 40 and out of bounds. Nice pitch and catch from De La Rosa to Taylor, and boy, you can tell he's comfortable throwing it in his direction.
Well, if you were to draw on paper what you think a high school wide receiver should look like, you would draw Taylor. I mean, he's tall, he's long,
6'4", 210.
Yeah, I mean he's got the body of a Division I receiver. I mean that's what you want to see.
Gain of 17 to the 41, 1st and 10 Central. 11:18 to play in the first half, and the Muskies lead 6-3. The brand new turf at Davenport Central for all the Davenport public schools. De La Rosa pump fakes. Now he looks, he throws downfield, overshoots his man, and it was Taylor, and he was open. He had his man beat, but De La Rosa overthrew him, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, nice route there. Just timing was off.
Beautiful night for football. Odd this tonight, of course, the home side, the press box side, fans can't sit here. There's still some construction going on, no concessions or anything here. So both teams' fans are on one side. And the Muskie contingent is really, I got to tell you, has turned out really well tonight for the first road game of the year.
Yeah, and no one is surprised. We have one of the best fan followings and support systems in the state of Iowa. 2nd and
10 for the 41 Muskies showing blitz. De La Rosa takes it over the left side. He's at the 40, cuts it to the 45, over midfield. He's going to get a first down as Tia knocks him out of bounds, but a gain of about 12 by De La Rosa to the Muskie 47, first down Blue Devils. I think early on, Muskies defensive coaches, Coach Hawkins and Schultz and the crew, they got to be pretty happy with how they've competed defensively.
I'm learning from listeners that Toga's nickname is TD, so we can get off the hook.
Can we just call him TD?
We can just call him TD.
Perfect.
So we're good.
TD is, I don't know if he's going to score many TDs, but he's going to prevent a lot of them.
He's got the Fridge's number, so maybe there's a package built
There's
in.
Leach over the right side. He's going to get another first down inside the 40 and the 35. And they're going to mark it down at the 34, a gain of 13 and a first down run on a nice carry there as Central continues to rotate backs. And this one is Jaden Leach.
That was a really nice play there for Central.
1st and 10 Blue Devils on the Muskie 34, 10:50 and ticking in the first half, and the Muskies lead Central 6-3. Leach in the backfield, De La Rosa. Taylor wide left, back to pass De La Rosa, and we got whistles and a flag.
See if that goes.
Thrown by the white hat. And it's going to be a false start on Central, so that'll back them up 5. It'll be 1st and 15.
Yeah, there's not a lot of flags pre-snap thrown by the white hat that are going to go against the defense.
Pushes them back to the 39-yard line. Muskies open the second quarter with an opportunity for a 33-yard field goal. Carson Bordy just wide left. De La Rosa back to pass, shoots it out in a flat. He's got a man complete, and he breaks a tackle up the sidelines near the sticks, but he's going to be out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. So he'll be short, be a gain of about 12, bring up 2nd and 3.
Good tackle there. One thing I love about this stadium and almost every stadium that we're in, they have the play clocks there in the end zone, so the coaches and receivers and quarterbacks can all see how much time they've got.
Back to pass. It was given to Leach as, boy, Shellengoski blew up De La Rosa in that play.
What I love to see it because every time they're doing that read and De La Rosa is acting like he's got the ball, Shellengoski, his job, he has one job. He's got quarterback, and he's not wavering from that assignment. And that's what you have to do when you have that option style read offense that's coming at you. Is everyone has to do their specific job. No one can try to be a superhero and try to do too much because that's when you get burned.
And he blew that play up. A 7-yard loss eventually for Central, and that brings up 3rd and 10 back at the 34-yard line. 9:15 and ticking here in the first half. Muskies lead 6-3. De La Rosa back to pass, sets, flips it to Taylor at the 30, spins, trying to break a tackle. The Muskies get him to the ground at about the 28. So he's going to be short of the first down. The Blue Devils will probably go for it here. Zilligan, Nimley and company in on the stop.
Yeah, definitely a 4-down situation. This would be a 42-yard field goal, a 45-yard field goal.
And they're going to call timeout. Think about it, but I'm sure they'll go for it. Timeout on the field for Central. 8:45 to play in the first half, and the Muskies lead 6-3. 3rd down conversion. The Muskies converted. They're going to go for 4th, but all season long, those 3rd down conversions are sponsored by Non-Emergency Transport. 1st and 10 sponsor. That's new this year, and I want to mention Pete's Tap again because that is our 1st and 10 sponsor, and there's so many of them during a game. If I don't hit them every time there's a first down, I don't want you to be left out, so make sure you good folks at Pete's Tap remember that we do appreciate your sponsorship.
We have to, with the video component now of these being recorded and having the video, we should maybe see if we can get some sponsorship from our great sponsor, Great Clips, on keeping our hair cut so we look
there
nice.
You go.
Do we get a wardrobe budget now that we're going to be on? I'm kidding. No, but Great Clips, a tremendous sponsor. Those are great folks out there. And
CBI Bank and Trust, players of the game, players of the game after the game, and they've been terrific Muskie sponsors for many, many years. Jimmy Greenhaw and the folks, Toyota Muscatine, always the highlight sponsor. 4th down and 4. De La Rosa rolls to his left, rushes on by Shellengoski.
Holding.
There's a holding and a big sack by Shellengoski. Back past the 45 at the 47, and if it's a hold, the Muskies will decline this.
Absolutely.
And it's holding on Central and a big defensive stop by Dalen Shellengoski. And boy, he's a terrific athlete.
He's so fast.
And he ran him down.
He's a real hard-nosed kid, too. I had a great experience with him, and he played running back and linebacker for me in 8th grade. And that was a fun group. This senior or the junior class and senior class. They're really fun groups of kids to be around. And Dalen's the kind of guy, he feeds off that play. He's almost kind of like a snowball. That's the sort of thing that gets him going, and we could probably see him go off here tonight.
Muskies stack right. Nimley and Orr in the backfield. 1st and 10 from the 47. Nimley gets it over the left side. Timmy over midfield and into Blue Devil territory down to the 47. A gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. And Tim Nimley running hard and strong tonight.
And playing both ways. Tim's had a nice game at linebacker so far tonight as well.
2nd down and 4 Muskies in Central Territory. They stack it to the right with Bordy and Gay. Hardy split wide left, same formation. And Zek in the backfield now, too, as a lead blocker. Orr keeps it. He rolls to the right, and he's hit hard. Taken down in midfield. He's going to lose 3, and it'll bring up 3rd and 7.
I know he had kind of a run-pass option, the RPO on that. That's one that maybe take the chance. Throw it to the outside there with Gay was there. If anything, having the opportunity to maybe get the ball outside, but also limiting the hits that you're taking there at the quarterback position.
Sam Strang, the fine linebacker, down. Looks like he's cramping up.
Yeah, and that's something you get deceived on a cooler day like we've had the last couple of days. You see youngsters maybe not drink the amount of water that they would if they saw a forecast in the 90s, and it only takes 3% of your water to lose for those cramps to start. And that's pretty easy to do on a night where you're playing a lot of football.
Well, what is it then when I get out of bed and get ready to, shower in the morning when I'm cramping and walking? I mean,
That's your age.
Okay, that's my age. All right.
I
was just curious.
That's my age, too.
I want to make sure I was hydrated,
Well,
that is my age. You're right.
No, I'm in the same.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah. Well, you walk out to get your first pot of coffee in the morning and you cramp up. That's not good.
Maybe you should have a glass of water before you throw the diuretic into the mix.
Muskies. I even got Matt Kostelab up here. This is great. 3rd and 7 Muskies from midfield. They go trips left. Now Nimley flares out in motion, and we've got somebody jumping.
That's an offsides.
From Central. Looks like 5 more yards for the Muskies here.
It's a heck of a lot easier to convert 3rd and 4 than it is 3rd and 9.
That'll bring up 3rd and 2 now.
I'm
from
terrible
the 45.
at math today.
That's okay, Joel. I got the binoculars.
Sure.
Trips left. That'll bring up 3rd and 2. And that changes it if it's 4th and 1, because if they don't get it here. Big 3rd down conversion opportunity for the Muskies. Or fakes the handoff, throws it over the middle, and it's complete. They did this earlier on 3rd and short, and they got Eli Gay again inside the 40 to about the 37, and there's a nice gain of 8 on 3rd and 2, and that's a 3rd down conversion. Non-emergency transport and a 1st down sponsored by Pete's Tap.
Well, one of the reasons that they're having success there is because Central, in those situations, for one reason or another, is bringing their safety way down in the formation, and he's kind of a misaligned.
Or rolls to his left, throws it. It's caught by Hardy. He dove to catch it. A short gain down to the 34, gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
90% of the time, if you miss a line or you line up out of position, it's going to really hurt you. And Muscatine's taken advantage of a couple of those opportunities.
Bordy split wide right, Hardy slot right, and Gay left. 2nd and 7. Orr back to pass, sets his feet, flares out. Tim Nimley in the flat, and he's hammered by big number 74, Manuel McGowan Serrano. And it'll be 3rd down
really nice,
and 7.
Really nice play there for the Central defensive lineman. 5'9", 305 pounds, moving down the line and tracking the ball carrier.
And Tim Nimley bounced right up. I think I'd still be on the ground. The trainer would drag me to the sideline. He landed on full force there. 3rd down and 7 from the 34. Muskies getting close to field goal range. There's a give to Nimley over the left side. Timmy inside the 30. Still running hard, and he's close to the sticks. What an effort by the sophomore Tim Nimley.
Yeah, just low to the ground. You know who he reminds me of a little bit body type-wise? He's shorter, obviously, but Quentin, was it Jones, who played on that 2001 Oklahoma National Championship team.
Boy, Joel, you're really you're going deep into the archives there.
That's the body type. That's what you see. in him.
How about Sean Green?
He's not as big up top. I mean,
Yeah,
he's really built in the lower.
Fourth
and
and 1. This give to Nimley. Timmy over the right side. First down inside the 25. And another Pete's Tap first down. There's something about that, the Pete's Tap first down. That is kind of cool, isn't it?
You're going for that endorsement
That is
deal,
awesome.
I think.
That is awesome.
Yeah, they're a great new sponsor.
Could be a free basket of wings down there, maybe, huh? First and 10 from the 24. Orr rolls to his right, throws, got a man in the flat. And it looks like Bordy inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 6-yard gain. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Muskies, as they're in the First National Bank red zone. Go see Ron Monahan. Ron Monahan, longtime official, high school basketball official. And now we've got a whistle. And it's going to be timeout Central. 5:44 to play in the first half. The Muskies are driving, and they lead 6-3. And Joel, good first half for the Muskies. Defensively, they've held them to 3, and they're really starting to click a little bit on offense here.
And really, this has been a very nice drive, and the goal obviously is to finish with 6 and a touchdown here. But they're doing it on the ground and in the air on this drive, which was something we knew that they wanted to run the ball. And the reason that I know Coach Mueller and his staff wanted to get the rushing game going is because that really opens up the passing game, and that allows them to be a lot more balanced. And that's why Central, calling a timeout here, trying to manage the defense and solve some problems the Muscatine has been creating on this drive.
Orr's thrown for 46 yards, very efficient so far. Tim Nimley was 60 rushing yards, and very efficient. Tim Nimley running hard. Just a sophomore, folks. Going to be a playmaker.
And I'm sorry if we talk a lot about the sophomores, but you're going to hear it all season long. Because
well, they're not sophomores; they're varsity players, right?
And they had 22 guys in that sophomore class meet the varsity requirements in the out-of-season program.
Hardy and Gay stacked to the left, and there's Nimley.
Nice.
Nimley gets to the left, and he keeps running inside the 15 and down near the 10. A first down run, Tim Nimley. Boy, you can't bring him down with just one, and it's hard to bring him down just around a leg. He's going to break a lot of those tackles, and here's a way to get him off the field. He lost his shoe. So first and 10, Muskies down at the 11.
Dalen
Shelengowski now in at tailback. Muskies with trips left on first down. Orr gets it. He gives to Shelengowski. He's going to run over the right side. Dalen cuts it up inside the 5 on a good run of about 6. It'll be second down and 4 for the Muskies from just outside the 5-yard line. They got to get just inside the 2 for first and goal.
It's nice to be able to not miss a beat with your other running backs who are coming into the game.
Twins left for the Muskies. Actually trips down. Now we've got another timeout. This one's going to go to the Muskies that Jake Mueller wants to talk it over. Both teams now with one timeout left. 5:02 left in the first half, and the Muskies lead 6-3.
Well, and at this stage in the half, you want to capitalize on these opportunities. You don't know when the next time you're going to be at the 5-yard line is. Good timeout there from Coach Mueller. There's no reason to be rushed in this situation. You've got the timeouts. Use them when they're advantageous to you. Don't use it because you're having to try and stop a mistake from happening. This is an opportunity to really calm everybody down, get everybody on the same page. And it's a nice little touch point opportunity to execute, which is what you need to do when you have this little of space. 5 yards is actually a little bit harder because it condenses the field for the defense. Margin for error actually decreases in the passing game. So you want to make sure that everybody is executing exactly how you want them to.
Other great sponsors for Muskie football: the Burrito Factory, Bosch Pest Control, Trucks Unlimited, Harper's Cycling, Community Bank. They put people first. We've all mentioned these other guys. Muscatine Community College. This is college season. Just started, folks. Check out the Burrito Factory, Trucks Unlimited, and Harper's Cycling. Great Muskie sponsors. Second down, we'll call it a long 3 for the Muskies. Just outside the 5-yard line, Nimley and Orr in the backfield. There's Carson back to pass, shoots it in the gap, and it's complete to Cooper Zeck, but it's going nowhere. They may have lost a yard, and that'll bring up third down.
Let's get another injury for a Central player.
And now there's a Central player on the ground. This looks like Howard, fine running back who's also playing defensive back, and he's down. 4:50 to play. The Muskies lead 6-3. We're going to step away for 30 seconds. You're listening to Muskie Football on KWPC 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Let Vision Center PC help you with those dreaded three little words, back to school. Until September 1st, we are offering children 18 and under free transition lenses with the purchase of a complete pair of eyeglasses. Protect those delicate eyes from the harmful UV rays. Call our office today to schedule your child's back to school exam. 563-263-2020. Vision Center PC, only the finest care.
Home of the 40s, serving Muscatine, Wilton, West Liberty, Iowa City, and the Quad Cities area for years. Pete's Tap serves appetizers, wings, burgers, fish, and more. Their hours are 11 to 11 Monday through Thursday, 11 to 2 a.m. on Friday, 11 to 12 on Saturday, and noon to 10 on Sunday. Pete's Tap has over 30 different sauces for wings. Take advantage of their abundant sauces during Monday's 50-cent wings. Make Pete's Tap your home for wings, beer, and sports. Pete's Tap. So much more than a bar, come as you are. Pete's Tap proudly supports Muskie Athletics. Go Muskies!
Community Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of area high school athletics and activities. You can find Community Bank and Trust locations in Columbus Junction, Muscatine, Wilton, and Wapello. Here's to a great year in the classroom and on the field. Visit Community Bank and Trust online at www.commbk.net and download the free Community Bank and Trust mobile app available for iPhone and Android devices. At Community Bank and Trust, they put people first. Member FDIC.
Of the season, for that matter, and this is just I know that's a player that Central is relying upon, and this is non-district play, so you don't want to say the games don't matter. They all matter, but as far as playoff seeding, you know, these games are not as valuable, I guess.
Third down, we'll call it 5 from the 7-yard line. Gay and Hardy to the left. Muskies give it to Nimley. He's blown up, but he breaks a tackle. Still carrying people inside the 5 to the 4. He should have had a 2-yard loss there, but Tim Nimley refuses to go down.
You know, it's one of those simple adages in all of athletics, but especially in football. If your feet are always on the ground and they're always moving, you have a bad opportunity. You have an opportunity for nothing bad to happen. And Tim doesn't stop moving those feet.
4th and 2 Muskies from the Central 4, and they're going to go for it here. Actually, it looks like Bordy is on now, and Bordy will attempt a field goal of 21 yards from the right hash. 0 for 1 tonight is Carson. There's a good snap and a hold by Orr, and the kick is wide left again, so the Muskies can't convert after a fine drive. 3:54 left in the first half, and it's Muscatine 6 and the Central Blue Devils 3. And let's see if the Muskie defense can turn them over quick here and get the ball and give the offense another opportunity to score before the half. Stay tuned at the half. We'll have head sophomore coach, Victoria sophomore coach, Mike Truitt on to talk about his squad, and Ben Nitzel will break down first half action here. And then Joel will run down the stats that Matt Cosme may help us look at, huh?
Absolutely.
First and 10 now Central. And there's a give over the right side. Leach cuts it up 25, 30, 35. Runs over a tackler and out near the 40. Boy, that was a heck of a run that time by Jaden Leach, the 5'8", 170-pound junior. And he took on Schmelzer, and Schmelzer's played his tail off. But Leach got the best one of that deal. 20-yard run for the Blue Devils. First and 10 on their own 40-yard line. First and 10 Blue Devils from their own 40. 3:28 to play in the first half. The Muskies lead 6-3. De La Rosa gives to Leach. He stutter steps to the outside, gets to the edge, and he's hit out of bounds on the play over there for the Muskies, a 3-yard gain. The Muskies really strung that out and pursued well. A short gain of 3, it'll be 2nd and 7.
Tim Scott keeping us going back in the studio. We had a brief little glitch there. Thanks for sticking with us.
2nd and 7 Blue Devils. Muskies showing blitz. Here they come. De La Rosa fires it out to Taylor over midfield. Breaks a tackle inside the 45 in Muskie territory. Down to the 42-yard line. A gain of 15, 1st and 10 Blue Devils.
Yeah, and this is just a nice little curl route, a little stop route there for Central. And Taylor, that 6'4" frame, you just put it up there, and it takes a couple guys to tackle him, although I do want to see that second guy come in and try to strip the ball if you're Muscatine, as he is a little loose with the football.
3:12 left here in the half. 6-3 Muskies. 1st and 10 Central. De La Rosa gives to Leach. Zillig strings him out. And there's TD with a shot, but the Muskies string him down back at the 49. 7-yard loss. He's finally cleaned up on the play. Zillig and Shelengowski in on the tackle.
I'm really happy Pete Fox texted in that we can call him TD. That makes it a lot easier on us.
And he's slapping his helmet, but he did his job.
He did a great job.
He strung it out. He made initial contact, and then everybody else pursued.
But you like to see that. He's frustrated he didn't finish the tackle. I mean, that's a kid who's pushing himself forward.
Now we've got a flag on 2nd and 17. And it's a sideline warning, I assume, on the Muskies.
Somebody might have said something or was in the way.
Way back when I was a ball boy, Chuck Van Heck used to be the get-back coach, and Chuck's down there. And again, Doc Calvert this might be some gray area. The ball boy's got to take charge of some of that too. De La Rosa back, pump fakes, and now he's going to run, and down he goes, a sack back at midfield.
Dalton Sell
once again. Tony Nitzel in on the stop too. Good pursuit by the Muskies. Sell is just a no-nonsense pursuit guy up front. And another loss, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 18 now for Central for midfield. And they're going to take their time and run a little clock now.
Yeah, and Dalton's the kind of kid who's not going to he's not going to smile. He's not really going to talk. I mean, he's a hard-working kid and a tremendous effort.
Taylor in the slot left. Back to pass. De La Rosa pressures on. Nimley in the blitz.
Tony
Nitzel gets him to the ground. He's going to gain a yard on the scramble, but Nitzel wrapped him up. And it's going to be 4th down and 17.
Great blitz.
From the 48-yard line. We'll call it 4th and 16.
Great blitz call there from defensive coordinator DJ Hawkins. Tim Nimbley forcing De La Rosa to step up. Great job of folding back from the defensive end position for Tony Nitzel.
Great 4th down stop. Great 3rd down stop. Again, 3rd down defensive conversion by non-emergency transport. Hummel on 2 punt. And the Muskies don't have anybody back, but now Tia trots back. And he's around his own 15-yard line. There's a snap. Boy, the rush Sell's going after that one. And there's the punt. A good punt, but it's going to bounce into the end zone. And the Muskies have 1st and 10 on their own 20 with 59 seconds left in the first half and 1 timeout. And we'll see what Coach Mueller decides to do here.
I think you take a shot in the run game, maybe a read, maybe a draw situation, or maybe if you have a really good screen here, you run that, you see kind of what kind of yardage you get, and that kind of dictates what you do here in this situation.
Muskies have played very well. They lead 6-3.
You know what I do? I run my flea flicker.
There you go. Run the flea flicker.
Try to soul them in to a false sense of just security. They're going to run the clock out and try to get a big play on the trick.
Mike Truitt and Ben Nitzel coming up at halftime along with stats and a first half recap. Orr gets it. He throws it. He's got Gay in the seam. 45 midfield and into Central territory. And Joel, they've run that play 3 times, and they've made hay on it every time.
You know, single safety high. They're leveraging that safety, making him play kind of keep away monkey in the middle type thing. And Gay just gets in that seam, and he just beats him to the punch.
35-yard gain. That stops the clock. A first down, sponsored by Pete's Tap. And there's Orr back to pass, and it looks like we got Central jumping or maybe the Muskies. And it is on the Muskies. They'll lose 5, but that first down, a huge 35-yard gainer and it stopped the clock with the first down. Now the Muskies got to rush to the line of scrimmage.
Just run the same. I think they look like they might be running the same play.
Twins to the right, and now we've got a timeout Central.
There's a botched substitution there for Central. Guy running off the field late. Central not wanting to get an illegal substitution penalty.
So Central uses their last timeout. Muskies with one timeout remaining. 42 seconds left in the half. They lead 6-3, and they have the ball 1st and 15 at midfield. Good half of football for the Muskies so far. And Eli Gay, you talk about another sophomore. I mean, how impressive has he been tonight?
Yeah, just there's just a lot of speed in the skill positions from these underclassmen. You know, Dalen Schellingowski coming in at running back. He's just a junior. I mean, there's a lot of skilled talent in these lower classes, and there's been a lot of senior leadership throughout the offseason and the out-of-season program for Muscatine. So it's really kind of it looks like there's a nice cohesion between this team.
Muskies playing without a couple of senior starters from a year ago. Tanner Niehaus, the center, and Jonah Cook at linebacker. There's a snap, and they give it to Nimley. There's your flea flicker. Orr gets it, shoots it down the middle for Gay, and it looks like it's caught, and it's incomplete. Almost got him, and that's what you wanted on first down, and the Muskies almost completed it inside the 25. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 15.
That's a nice time to call a play like that, because your risk reward is pretty good, because you got short time on the clock. So if you do have a turnover or something, you're not giving Central the ball back with a lot of time.
Eli Gay seems to be getting a lot of separation in the slot. There's Orr back to pass. He rolls to his right, shoots out. He's got Gay, and he's inside the 40.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Good heads-up play by the sophomore.
First down and out of bounds. Great job.
First down inside the 35. We'll see exactly where they spot this. At the 34, a gain of 16, 1st and 10 Muskies. Another Pete's Tap first down.
Nice, efficient play there.
28 seconds left in the half. 6-3 Muskies, 1st and 10 in the Central 34. Carson Orr back to pass in the pocket. Steps up, looks, throws. Got a man. It's complete to Cooper Zeck down to the 20. A gain of 14. And he's inbounds, but it's a first down to stop the clock. We'll see if Jake burns a timeout or runs a play. Going quick. Clock at 21 seconds. Muskies have Gay and Hardy to the left, Bordy to the right, and now Nimley in motion. Orr gets a snap, rushes on, and he throws it incomplete with 14 seconds. And Carson took a shot there by number 55 for Central, Carter Mahan.
And Muscatine still has that timeout to burn here.
So they can use the middle of the field. 1st and 10. Or 2nd down and 10 on the Central 20. Remember, we're your home for Muskie athletics all season long. KWPC 860 AM and 95.1 FM. Trips left for the Muskies. Carson Bordy to the right. Orr and Nimley in the backfield. Play clock down to 1. Got to snap it here. Orr and they don't get it off. Delay of game unless the Muskies got a timeout.
And actually, in this situation, you're better off taking that 5 yards and using that timeout. Maybe if you get tackled in bounds on this play.
So the Muskies lose 5 on the penalty. That'll push it back to the 25. Be 2nd and 15. The clock ran 2 seconds there. It should have still been at 14.
And no one seems to be
No, but
noticed.
I did notice that it was it. So back to passes Orr. Flares it out in a flat. Incomplete to Tak Portilla. And it'll be 3rd and 15 now at 9 seconds left. Muskies lead 6-3. Good half of football for the Muscatine Muskies.
Yeah, let's pressure the end zone here. 9 seconds. You know, if you catch it short, you still have a timeout that you can call.
So it looks like Zeck and Hardy left. Muskies have Bordy and Gay to the right. Nimley in the backfield. 2 by 2. Orr back to pass. He shoots a bubble screen to Gay. Eli gets it. He's at the 15, 10, gets to the edge. Touchdown, Muskies. Carson Orr to Eli Gay. The Muskies sidelines going crazy. Jake Mueller, the old ball coach,
As
drew up
time
a good one
expires.
there. And we're out of time in the first half, and the Muskies looks like they may go for 2 here.
Yeah. You've missed the last extra, or you missed a couple of kicks here. You tried to go for 2 on the polecat type fake, but they've got the luxury of having a lot of their skill guys in their standard offense be on. So yeah, look, the kicker is out there.
Carson Bordy's out there for the PAT. Muskies lead 12-3. 25-yard pitch and catch for Moore. There's the kick by Carson Bordy, and it is good. And we've played a half. The Muscatine Muskies lead the Central Blue Devils 13-3, and boy, they are sprinting in the locker room, led by their head coach, Jake Mueller. We're going to step away for 2 minutes, and we'll be back with Muskie sophomore coach Mike Truitt. You're listening to Muskie Football on KWPC 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Be as simple, or maybe something a little more complex, or maybe your just doesn't work. Whether it's a service call, remodel, or new construction, Kirk Butcher Plumbing brings you quality, friendly service with over 40 years of experience working for you. Kirk Butcher Plumbing is the area's leading plumber serving all of Muscatine County, offering you the best rates, so you not only get experience, you save money as well. And his fast, friendly service means you don't have to live with that for too long. Call Kirk Butcher today, 264-6105.
Pest Control uses cutting-edge technology to protect your home from these annoying pests. Bosch Pest Control is always training their technicians so they will be able to provide you the best service and protection. Bosch Pest Control, 1103 Grandview Avenue, Muscatine. Call 263-7965. Don't squash them, Bosch them.
Marcus Mills here from Trucks Unlimited in Muscatine. We've got tons of truck and trailer parts that every do-it-yourselfer needs. If we don't have it, we can special order it. Nothing is too big or too small for our customers. If you don't know exactly what you're looking for, just stop in or call us, and we can help find the correct part, and we will even replace it for you. At Trucks Unlimited, we save you time and money by being local. Stop by and see what we have to offer. Trucks Unlimited is a proud supporter of Muskie football. Go Muskies!
No.
Okay. I want to make sure.
MCC, since we don't have their. Since we don't have.
Over the Central Blue Devils, 13-3. An exciting finish to the first half as Carson Orrs hit Eli Gay on a 25-yard touchdown run last play of the first half. Carson Bordy with the PAT, and the Muskies lead 13-3. I'm joined by victorious sophomore head coach Mike Truitt. Coach, 26-3 winners tonight, and an outstanding 26-6. Sorry, but anyway. Watched your kids, played hard. You got a lot of skill, and you know, you've got a lot of guys playing up that you don't even get to use. But that sophomore group, going to be a fun season for you. You got a lot of hard-nosed competitors with some talent.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Those guys, they don't quit. Been a long grind through the summer workouts and getting to this first game. And obviously the first half was really exciting, and then with that adversity being tied at half and then coming out and just playing really good ball.
Coach Mueller mentioned a week ago at fall kickoff that there were 23 sophomores that met the offseason requirements to go to team camp. So he opened it up. If they wanted to go, they could go. And that tells you all you need to know. You have 23 guys meeting your offseason commitment at that level. That's fantastic for those kids and the program.
Yeah, it was a great opportunity for us to go over to Simpson, and we played 4 fully padded live scrimmages against, varsity teams from obviously smaller schools, but that's just a great opportunity for us to get together, work as a group, and also get to participate with the varsity in that.
And it's it seems like, just a refreshing, I saw the reaction down there, and I saw it during your game too. At the end of the half, I mean, it looked like you just won a state championship the way the kids were so excited, and they're so engaged in the game, and they were at your game too, at the sophomore game, and it's just like, I don't want to say a rebirth, but just a renewed energy around the whole program right now. And it's just really fun to watch, and really fun to watch how excited kids are to be a part of this team sport and be a Muskie. They're just having a ball right now.
Yeah, the energy around practice and the locker room was just extraordinary. You know, these guys have high expectations at both levels right now, and that's great to see.
Doesn't get any easier, of course. Every week there's a challenge laying ahead. What do you look for this season overall, and what are your main 2 or 3 things that you tell the kids that you really want to stress and see them do week in and week out?
Well, big thing after the game today was just like telling them this is the first of 9. Our train's got to keep going. We got to get better. We can't become complacent and go, hey, we won the first game and now we don't have to do anything. Everybody's going to lay down for us, and that's not the way it's going to be. We also talk a lot about player development, getting guys ready to go to the varsity level for the next 2 years, or, maybe for some of them it might be 2.5. They get to come up and play.
You want to mention a couple guys that, and maybe they didn't just stand out on the field, maybe they just stand out as leaders that you're really going to lean on tonight in this season?
Oh, Xander Morgan definitely is a huge asset to the offense and to the defense, actually. I suppose not too many quarterbacks flip each side of the ball and play safety and quarterback for the whole game. But
impressive athlete.
Yeah, he's not afraid to keep the ball and run. He wants to be involved in everything that he possibly can. Also, Diego Rangel ran the ball really well for us. He really did, and that's good to have. We actually have 2 running backs that we're able to rotate. But if one obviously is showing more potential at that time, then that's what we're going to stay with.
And it's fun. I saw those guys competing hard. They were enthused. That group, obviously, coming off a very good freshman season, they walk out between the lines, and they're not only going to play hard, they expect to win a football game. And that's got to be really fun to be around kids that, they're going to help raise everybody's expectations.
Right, yeah. They don't – right now they're 10 games without ever losing, so
right.
They don't – at the high school level, so they haven't experienced losing, and I don't really think they want to.
No, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, they'll do whatever we ask them to do, and it's a good group of kids. We just got to keep getting better every week, and they're buying into the system.
Home opener next Friday at Musteen Community Stadium. Sophomores kick off at 4:45 or 5?
5.
5 o'clock. And get out there and support the sophomore team, folks. Even if you don't know anybody as a part of it, these kids will reward you by their efforts. So go out early and watch the Muskie sophomores compete next Friday at home, the home opener at 5 o'clock. Coach Truitt, 1-0. Want to see you next week, 2-0.
Yes, definitely.
Thanks, Mike Truitt, head Muskie sophomore coach.
Thank you,
with
Brian.
a big win tonight at Davenport Central. And now we're going to have Ben Nitzel jumping in. Ben Nitzel, assistant sophomore head coach. And Benny, Muskie football tonight came out. The defense really played well. Central scored on their opening drive. They got a field goal, 32-yarder. And the Muskies, though, right away stemmed the tide. Eli Gay with a big kickoff return. And, boy, his explosiveness tonight has been really refreshing to watch. Ran it down to the 29. Then Nimley, another super soft, consecutive carries, first and goal at the 4, or punched it in for the Muskie first touchdown. And really, I thought that kick return, whatever momentum Central had, has changed the complexion of this game because the Muskies have really dominated since then. They've missed a couple of short field goals, and then at the end of the half, of course, we top it off. Last play of the half, a 25-yard touchdown strike from Carson Orr to Eli Gay again, and they lead 13-3 at the half. But Ben, I think, I don't know where to begin. Carson, I think, has played like a senior. He's been very composed, making good decisions. But the explosion out of Nimley and Gay has really been impressive.
Well, I think that's kind of been a bit of a missing component, lately in the program's been those big play guys that can pull something out of a hat a little bit. I think Jake's done a great job, Jake Mueller, of putting Carson in positions where he can be very successful and kind of easing him into different play calls and different looks that are easy for him to read and that play to his strengths, and Carson's done a great job answering the bell on that. And then, like you said, just having those guys that you can get the ball and they're going to create something. That big punt return or kick return, not only is it a momentum shifter, shift the field, shift the focus, and it really puts them Muskies in the driver's seat from that point on.
Timmy Nimley playing both sides of the ball, 2 linebacker, but a couple of guys really stood out. The big sophomore TD in the middle, I thought he played outstanding in the middle. Dalton Sell, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get a fantastic game every time out. But Shelengoski, man, running in, and Zillig, I thought, played outstanding on the edge. running in pursuit. But all these guys have made plays. Tony Nitzel with a big sack towards the end of the first half. But I think the Muskie defense holding Central to 3 was outstanding in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, Central has some good players for sure, and I think that I've been really impressed, especially by the linebacking core. You know, I think like you mentioned, defensive line's done a very nice job of holding them up. And really, you run that 3-4, a lot of that defensive line play is designed to make those linebackers successful. And I think our D linemen's done a good job of doing that. But then the linebackers have to come up and play. And I've been real impressed with Will Zillig. This is maybe the best game of football I've seen Will Zillig play. So to get started on your senior year like that's pretty awesome. As you mentioned, Tim is playing both ways and still doing a good job filling. And then they've gotten good outside play, particularly from Shelengowski, and that helps when those 4 linebackers are able to run and they're coming up and filling holes. You're going to be more successful.
Taylor's a handful. Israel Taylor, number 8, 6'4", 210 receiver. And the Muskies really haven't been beat by him. He's caught a few balls in front. They've gotten him to the ground, but I thought Schmelzer did a real nice job a couple times keeping contained on the outside and forcing the action. But I've just been impressed with the overall pursuit of the Muskie defense in the first half.
Yeah, I think they've done a nice job of keeping Central in front of them and saying, listen, if you're going to score, you're going to score by putting together 12 or 13 plays on us. And so far, Central really hasn't been able to do that outside the initial first opening drive. And I think it's kind of that bend but don't break. And that's great. I mean, play that way, and I think it's a good way to play against Central, and they've been successful. And look, I mean, you put yourself in good positions. You miss a couple field goals. They've done a great job of keeping their heads up. You get in a chance to score at the end of the half, and you convert it. That's pretty good football.
Muskies get the opening kickoff in the second half. What do you look for out of their offense? What's Jake telling them at the half?
Well, I think more of the same. I mean, I think you keep it, you stick with the stuff that's working, keep it in your wheelhouse. Put your guys in positions to make plays. You've got some inexperience out there, but guys who are working hard, they're excited, they're enthusiastic. So pick plays, as Jake's done all game, that they're going to be successful, that they know they can get some forward momentum on, and go. And listen, when you got talent like that, you know, every 5 or 6 plays, somebody's going to bust something for you. Even just the times we're palming off blockers and getting, instead of a 1-yard loss, having it turn into a 3-yard gain. That's a big 4-yard shift for us.
Well, I vote for getting Gay in the slot because they haven't covered him yet when he's run that seam route. He's been busting them all night long. Ben Nitzel, thanks for joining us at the half. The Muskies lead 13-3. We're going to step away for 60 seconds, and then Joel Crossower will be back with halftime stats and recap. You're listening to Muskie Football on KWPC 860M and 95.1 FM.
Visit Harper Cycling and Fitness, where you will discover the world's best bikes for road, mountain climbing, or city cycling. Stop in and ride away on a new Trek or electric bicycle, professionally assembled and adjusted for you riding around town or across the state. Harper Cycling and Fitness has an agenda to make the world a happier, healthier place by getting more people on bikes more often. Harper Cycling and Fitness in Muscatine is your bicycle headquarters. When you think bikes, think Harper's. Harper Cycling and Fitness is a proud supporter of Muskie football. Go Muskies!
Friday, Thursday is coming for you. You've been the best day of the week for far too long. But now every Thursday, Buffalo Wild Wings sells boneless wings at a discounted price. That's right, Friday. Thursday's looking real confident. And it's not afraid to use partial priced wings to be the big man on the calendar. Boneless Thursdays. We do it for you. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Prices and participation vary. See participating locations for details. Void where prohibited.
National Bank is proud to sponsor the On the Money program at Muscatine High School. When the volleyball, swim, basketball, and baseball teams score big, they earn money for the Muskie Boosters. Since 1997, their hard work has earned over $55,000 in donations from First National Bank. We are also proud to sponsor the Muskie Football Red Zone. Can't make it to the game? Don't miss a minute of the excitement. Tune into AM 860 or FM 95.1 to hear the games broadcast live. Go Muskies. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The way for the Muskies on the ground with 10 carries for 69 yards. For Davenport Central, Fleming leading in rushing with 5 carries for 31 yards. And quarterback De La Rosa, 6 for 11 for 76 yards. And receiving Isaiah Taylor leading with 5 catches for 64 yards as the Muskies are in the lead. Some team statistics here coming out of the first half. The Muskies with 212 total yards of offense, 135 yards passing, and 77 yards rushing, and 3 penalties for 15 yards. As for Davenport Central, 64 yards rushing, 76 passing yards for 140 total yards of offense, and 4 penalties for 20 yards. It's been a very good first half of Iowa high school football here in a non-district contest between Mississippi Athletic Conference foes, non-district, and we're seeing Davenport Central coming right back out. We're going to take a 2-minute break. You're listening to Muskie Football on KWPC AM 860 FM 95.1.
Need something fast? Come to the store and grab a hot, fresh Godfather's Pizza. They're made with the freshest ingredients, 100% real meats, cheeses, and fresh vegetables. The Muskies and Godfather's Pizza, a winning combination. Call 263-7214 now to order yours tonight, or stop by the West Side store on the corner of Cedar and Hauser.
Hi, this is Brian Musell, voice of the Muscatine Muskies. Before each broadcast, I get a hot, fresh Godfather's Pizza from West Side Store, proud supporter of Muscatine Muskie Athletics.
My dimples activate. My cleft chin becomes cleftier. I get a twinkle on my tooth, and I speak fluent French. Garbage, chaise lounge, mayonnaise.
Au revoir! Get in, get out, back to greatness. Download the online check-in app. Great clips. It's gonna be great.
Bank.